even in the depths of the winter, having a cup of coffee and enjoying people out surfing. I know it's not very wavy today, but when the waves come in, into the tide comes into the beach, you'll see there's a number of surf schools up here to the left, and they'll be all out surfing, and you can just have a cup of coffee, watch the world go by, and it is just wonderful.
The southeast coast of Ireland is home to some of the most stunning seaside villages, each offering its own unique charm. Our journey starts in Dunmore, a popular seaside resort known for its golden beach, surf culture, and coastal scenery. But just a short drive away, another hidden gem awaits, Dunmore East, a picturesque fishing village and a hot spot for adventure. That's where we're headed next. Let's go. Nestled in the stunning harbor, Dunmore East is known for its dramatic cliffs, sailing culture, and outdoor adventures. To experience it firsthand, we met up with Karen from Dunmore Adventure to learn more about what makes this spot so special.
We're kind of like doing our maintenance. We're in maintenance mode at the moment because it's the winter time, you know. So basically we always do improvements. We're putting a new deck in here and astroturfing that out. So this is our cafe, looking out over what would be the activities once, you know, come April. And we have we've got a big aqua park that we put out here, so it's a big playground in the water, and we've got slides and jumps and all sorts of different things. We'd have maybe 50 people an hour on that, and we do kayaking, sailing, and we've got stand-up paddleboarding, and then we've got a land-based centre, so we've got a high ropes course over there, and we've got an indoor climbing wall, an outdoor climbing wall. We're putting in a ninja course this year, so that's going to be like an obstacle course inside, and that'll cater for our shoulder periods in the year, because obviously you get, you know, the weather's not so good in Ireland in the winter time, and it's cold, so it's good to have an option to go indoors, you know. So we're here about 32 years or so. We started the business back in 1993, and we've been going ever since, just building it up bit by bit. Because this is like a fishing area here. Dunmore East was generally just, you know, for, you know, a lot of fishing boats, and one of the main fishing ports in Ireland. And fishing has just kind of died a death. You know, the stocks are lower, and there's a whole lot of quotas that the fishermen have as well. So they can only fish for certain species, and so it's harder for the fishermen now. So a lot of them are getting out of fishing now. So, you know, there's a lot more room in the harbour for other businesses to grow and thrive, and then we would employ people as well that might necessarily have been maybe fishermen, and they come and work for us then in the summertime. So we have that, and there's a lot of people that would retire to the village here, because it's kind of seen like as the Hamptons of Ireland, because we get the best weather in the summertime. You know, so it's so you get a lot of people who would come and retire here. So there's quite a few older kind of people, but that's great, because, you know, there's lots of open water swimming, beaches and stuff, and lots of things to do. We have a lovely coastal walk here that brings you right out as far as a cove called Ballymacaw, 8k across the cliffs there. And in the wintertime we've got things like migrating whales. If you're lucky enough to see them, they migrate. I think it's the fin whales. Yeah, it's fin whales, and you get pilot whales sometimes as well migrating along this coastline. So you can, you know, if you're very lucky and you're on the coastal walk, you just might see them reaching. You know, so there's loads. We're a real hidden gem here. You know, forget about Dublin. This is where you need to be. You know? So we've got lots of different places that you can go and eat. So we've got Elaine Power here in East Pier. So she's like a third generation business person in the village. So her, like, they've a shop here in the village, her family as well, and they've been catering for the fishermen, you know, giving them stocks for their boats as they're going out fishing for centuries. And she's now opened up her own. It's like it's not your ordinary fish and chip shop. She does like oysters and prosecco as well on the go. You know, so the way she says it is that, you know, you see what you eat, or what does she say? What is it? So she can see what you eat or something, is it?
Yeah.
So if you look out from where she has her operation there at the top of the harbour, like you can see on the headland over here is where the spuds are grown, or the potatoes as they call them in America.
Yeah.
So the spuds are growing over there. She gets her oysters from just up around the corner here, and fish from out on the bay. So everything that you're eating, you can actually see where it's come from, and it's all, she cooks it beautifully and very, very popular. And then you've got lots of, as I say, you've got pubs. You've got the Butcher Power pub. You've got the Haven Hotel here, which is an old, it belonged to the Malcolmson family back in, I don't know, the 1800s, I think it was. And they gave the park actually up here in the village, it used to be their front garden, but they gave that to the people of the village. And we've a little hall up here as well, which is like a kind of community hall, and the Malcolmson family gave that to the village as well. So there's a lot of history in the place as well. But it's just a lovely village to live in. I brought my kids up here, and they will always be drawn back. I think they're kind of But so it's there's lots, and we've got a forest. So there's a lovely forest walk here as well. There's loads to see and do actually. And there's walks up along the coastline up here. You can do a walk. There's a golf course up there, and we've got lovely walks along the coastline. We've got a sea safari trip that we do in the summertime as well. So we bring people out and do sea safaris for an hour, and we bring them into a couple of the caves that are along this coastline. We're looking over at Hook Head on the far side as well. That's County Wexford, and that's the oldest operational lighthouse in the world. So you can't see it from here now, but if you walk over that way, you'll see it. So it's a really fantastic place. You can't beat it. I mean, I've been living here now all my life, and I'm so lucky living and working in the harbour, because it's quiet this time of the year. It's crazy in the summer, but we have our downtime, and you need it. It is a crazy time in the summer, but it's a lovely place to live. You can hear the screeches of all the people going in doing their open water swimming when they're going in this time of the year. You think someone's is dying or something. You look out and they're just going in their swimming togs, mad jokes all together. And it's funny because you can see the weather coming across from Wexford. That's Wexford across there. And you can actually see the rain coming across. So it's lovely to watch a bit of storm watching and that sort of thing. And, Cromwell tried to take Ireland down here as well by hook or by crook. That's where that saying came from. So you got the Hook Head, and then Crook is a little village just around the corner here. So it's got everything. Don't tell everybody, all right? Because we don't want too many people here.
Oh, well, too late for that.
Oh, come on. Yeah, so look, I mean, if people want to come in the winter, this is it. It's lovely and quiet, and you can go on your coastal walks, and it's a lovely place to be. If you want something a little bit busier, summertime is good.
Dunmore East may be a small village, but it's packed with adventure, history, and stunning coastal views. Whether you're into water sports, exploring the harbor, or just soaking up the charm of an Irish fishing village, it's worth the trip. If you're visiting Waterford County, check out Dunmore Adventure, and for more travel ideas, be sure to subscribe.